Yeah. Y'all need to hold on real quick. Read that disclaimer. I gotta do a couple of things right quick before we get started. Read that disclaimer, son. Talk to him, Cali Blue.
I recommend read the disclaimer. Get it in before we get it in. Get your understanding, get your information in before we get it in. Read that disclaimer. Read that disclaimer.
Yeah. I got one more thing to do, fam. You talk to him until, you know what I'm saying? I got one more thing.
First show of 2023. We here. First show of 2023. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to tap in with us, man. It's a whole new year. You know what I'm saying? 2023 was hard on some folks, man. It was hard on some folks. We made it to 2023, man. So it's our first show, 2023. We're trying to step it up on the right note. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure. I just need a couple more seconds, fam.
Y'all, let's tap in, man. Tap in. We need that combo, man. We need that input, man. We need that extra conversation. We need that extra head, man. Let us know how you feeling, what you thinking about the subject and the situation. You know what I mean? So y'all more than welcome to tap in. Y'all got the links. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the links, man, and you know, follow the prompts, man, and y'all can join in.
Woo! Hold on, I'm already done. But let's just step by for a second. It's 2023, boy. We got to come correct, boy. Real shit. Y'all see the disclaimer? Y'all see the disclaimer? Read that shit.
Yes, sir.
Understand what it is. Understand what it is, fam. Real shit. All right, let's start. Let's just get to business, man. You know me, you know me, fam. I hate fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's get straight to the point. All right, you already know what this is, man. This is the Sunday sit downs with the OGs. I am Heat Detective, and my man's.
I am OG Cali Blue, aka Cadillac Chronicles, man. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Yes, sir.
Tap in. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. You know what I'm saying? This is real shit. This is grown folks conversation, man. And if I'm lying, I'm dying, man. But when I say this conversation ain't for everybody, it ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you want some grown man ass shit, man, tap in.
Yes, sir. If you're not, it ain't for the weekend. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Little boys will be put in the motherfucking place. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say about that, fam. But we got a guest tonight with us, man. I'm gonna go ahead and just say that this is another OG. You know what I'm saying? He's a respected man in his community. You know what I'm saying? He, retired military. If that don't tell you nothing, you ain't listening. You know what I'm saying? He also, was a drill sergeant. So some of these things and some of these broken young men and shit like that, he has truly seen and picked their dumb asses up off the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring my man's in. Because I ain't gonna say his government, but he said he don't care, but I care. You know what I'm saying? OT, we're gonna bring OT in the building. What's cracking, fam?
What's going on, brother? How y'all doing? Much love to you. How y'all doing today?
Man, we lovely, man. We blessed and highly favored, man.
Amen. That's real.
Yes, sir. So you joining us today for our first show of 2023. You are our guest on our first show. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Absolutely. So let Cali Blue, my guy. Let's cut to the motherfucking chase. There's been a lot of shit going on already, and we barely in 2023, bro.
Man.
Goofiness is at its highest level.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and what we're gonna do. We're gonna tap into some shit, and I'm gonna let you talk about it. And for whatever one you want to talk about, and then we gonna follow your lead, bro. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know,
Look at this goddamn shit.
yeah,
That is
man.
right there. Whew. Yeah.
There it is right there, man.
That's an unpack right there. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot to unpack, man. 2023.
Yeah.
We haven't went an entire month in.
We ain't been a good weekend.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Look at what happened. Video shoot shot up. 10 people injured. Like,
Ain't
when
that-
is it gonna stop, man? When is it gonna stop? When is these brothers gonna realize that you know, there's only one way you going when you playing these type of games, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
We get this gotta stop, man. Like this for real, man. Come on, this is the only genre of music that has to face this kind of mess.
Right.
Right, rock and roll, punk, even punk rock with their shitty ass shit, stanking asses, jumping on each other, fist fighting each other through the music and everything. Ain't nobody getting shot.
Ain't nobody getting shot. Ain't nobody getting stabbed in the neck because it was a big ass brawl. You know what I mean? This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Let me ask you. This is how crazy it is. Since we're talking about this, the tank fight last night. It's a whole fight with Meek Mill, Wale, and some other motherfuckers right there at ringside. They had to stop the whole fucking fight.
Mm.
It's like you can't take niggas nowhere nowadays.
Yeah.
Them niggas you mentioned earlier. See, that's what we're talking about. It's we as men, we should be able to go somewhere and enjoy something. But everywhere you go, because they've hyped it up so much and they've thrived on it, and it's like throwing feed in a pond, and you got a bunch of piranhas in it. So it just they eat on it.
Yeah.
And we gotta let that go. We got to let it go. We just got to mature through it. But right now it ain't. I just tell you guys what. I just bought a CD. I was telling Heat earlier. I bought a CD from a guy at Walmart. It's one of these little electronic things, and right on the level on the advertisement, he got bullet holes and it's pushing gun violence. I'm like, right now we still got that going on. Why?
Well, there's a good answer to that.
I'm
Social
listening.
media.
You know what?
Social media.
Violence, sales.
Why? Okay, it sells. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll take that.
And let's be very clear. Who pushes the violence? Because I don't own the major streaming services or the record labels or anything of that nature. I don't own any of that shit.
Right.
See, and it's also not only the big labels that's pushing this, because if you notice, like we used to say, like we said in a couple of shows before, what happened to all the other genres of rap? Now all you have is one
Gangster killing.
and then everybody that's getting signed nowadays, this is the only type of thing that they do.
Right.
So you're not getting the the Big Daddy Kane's and the you know what I'm saying, like the enjoyment music. Everything is kill. Well, that's for the big labels. Now labels got life insurance policies on their artists.
Speak on it.
No, see, these niggas are so stupid. They jumping into these contracts and shit. They not knowing that these. I want to say the J word, but if I say the J word,
You're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna be in trouble.
They're gonna cancel us quicker than Steve Harvey can grow a mustache. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna get it. We already know who the higher ups and the people that are in charge of that said thing. But the saddest part about it is that, you know, there are people of melanin that have a lot of money, right? But motherfuckers don't know how to work together.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the thing too. You know, here's the thing too. A lot of them that have a lot of money got that money from a certain place, and like we said, we're not gonna say the J word.
Yeah.
And if they cut off them millions and millions of dollars, then guess what? They cut off, and then they got to go back to the hood. I mean, think about it. If you're a billionaire right now, you ain't finna say nothing to nobody. You came from Marcy Projects. Why would I say something to you?
Nigga, I'm gonna tell you why. Kanye went through them doors, but what he did was everybody thought he was fucking crazy. But was he crazy? No.
Hell no, he showed you. He showed you. He showed him, and he lost it.
Yeah, he was only crazy enough to lose his money, and that's what everybody is not going to do. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He basically didn't care. That's where the problem is with everybody else.
No, he cared. I mean,
he cared, but see, here's the thing. You can't let them folks know that you care like that.
My G, real talk. What he lost, we'll never see in a lifetime.
No, exactly. Ever.
Does he still have hundreds of millions of dollars? Yes.
Yeah. He's never going to be hurting to where he got to go back and live in mama's basement if that was to ever be able to happen.
No. I know a motherfucker right now that just had to move back to his mama's house, and that nigga 55 years old, bro. Mm-hmm. You know, we outside, like for real. We outside. We are seeing things happen. You know, it reminds me of my son one time, man, he was probably like 8 or 9. We were in the studio, and he was just like, "Dad, you ever think about Illuminati?" And I said, "No, not at all. We ain't in their tax bracket. And until we get in that tax bracket, them motherfuckers don't mean shit to us because recession is going to be a forever thing. Mm-hmm. You got to learn how to live, son. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Be resourceful. You know what I'm saying? Spend your money right. Do the right things. Handle yourself accordingly. You know what I'm saying? If you have dreams and aspirations, then shoot for them and make sure that that you do everything possible to make those things happen. We don't say words around here like maybe, can't, try, shit like that. We speak definites. Right. You know, that's the only way. Hold on. We got Spark said, I had a homie from Cali tell me when he was growing up there, a lot of love amongst his people. Rasa, he means, you know. Because of the music they listened to was full of love. Yeah, full of love and oldies and doo-wop and shit. Yeah,
generations listening to full of hate, murder, abusing drugs. That's part of the problem. That is a part of the problem. But you know what? It's going to continue to be a part of the problem if somebody keeps making billions of dollars off of it.
Okay. Now let's shift gears real quick. Okay. Louisiana dollar store clerk has been arrested, charged with manslaughter for shooting and killing a fucking armed robber. Wait, are you kidding? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, was he a felon with the gun? First of all, let me tell you something. Anybody that works in that customer care or with customer service, sitting in a goddamn convenience store or whatever, man, that's a dangerous motherfucking job.
And you have a lot of attitudes and types of spirits to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's a very dangerous job. But how the hell is it that if a man is coming to rob you, you get charged?
Mm-hmm. Man, I don't know. Well, maybe he was a felon and shouldn't have had a gun. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a felon. I ain't supposed to have a gun. But trust and believe, somebody gonna get aired out fucking with me.
Well, that's probably how he felt. And see, then you got to understand too. At the same time, look at where he's at, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. One of them.
You know, they laws. And any law pretty much down south, you know how it go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your skin tone says a lot. You can be on the right 120 million%.
Your skin tone dictates your sentence, your bail, your everything.
Everything.
Well, it's the same in where Sparks that's in the comments. He's from Colorado. That is, I call Colorado a Gap commercial gone wrong because it is, bro. It is the epitome of all white mountain climbing, hiking ass. I got lost in the woods ass niggas. I don't understand it, but if you of color there, you are immediately put into a situation without even being in a situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
talk.
So it's really, everybody of color is going through struggles and strife in their life and shit like that, but we're not here to argue or sound like disgruntled ass old motherfuckers. No, we come from a generation where action is more, you know what I'm saying? Like Blue, when I told my mans he wasn't doing the shit right, he put his fist in the goddamn camera. Like, I know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so fact of the matter is, so we know how to fight. We know how to get shit done when the shit needs to get done, right? Mm-hmm. But we know we can't go into these situations and being like, I'm gonna punch this white boy, I'm gonna punch that white girl, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna smack the shit out of the fucking governor. No, we can't do that. We have to look more like towards the amendments, what we can and can't do. Let's be very legal about it, and let's be very, very strategic about it. Because we're the last generation. I'm going to tell you the truth. We're the last generation of the hardcore motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And if we cannot teach these motherfuckers to get at least some kind of backbone, and we in trouble, bro. We in trouble. Yes. Spark says, man, homie, you ain't told no lie. Colorado is a damn trap for my homies and my brothers out here. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Mm-hmm. Trust me. I never had a felony in my life and nothing. And then I went to fucking Colorado, and all of a sudden, nigga, I'm in prison. I'm fucking what the fuck? I'm a law-abiding ass motherfucker, but I also got a big ass mouth, and I talk a lot of shit. I smacked a lot of motherfuckers, did a lot of goddamn shit out there. So yeah, it is what it is. Gizzo was in the building. Shout out to Gizzo. What's cracking, son? One of my ass niggas. But hey, Riz is good people, man. Does a lot of shit in the community. Does a lot of work in the community. Fucks with RZA, go ahead. Gizzo, I'm sorry, I called you RZA. Talk to him and tell him what you about and what you be doing, homie.
Hey, what's going on, man? Shy City Cypher. Peace to y'all, man. I just tuned in. I'm late and shit, but I meant to get up with you at 8:30. But yeah, man, we do Shy City Cypher. It's a platform in the city for MCs, producers. Year, and y'all could check that out, youtube.com, Shy City Cypher.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about music right now, bro.
Oh, you just said, you told me to tell
get in, bust in. Yeah.
So
yeah, man, y'all talking about like this dollar store shit, right? Like somebody got robbed up there.
Yeah,
man. Anything like, especially any of them places where like, yeah, man, it's always some shit. I mean, haven't you ever been in the dollar store and you walk in and two people like, man, fuck it's you, on. Like
it's on, yeah, say it.
It's like crazy, but
it's not necessarily about the dollar store. It's about a man who's behind the counter, being robbed at gunpoint, shoots the guy, kills him that's robbing him. This is in Louisiana. They got different gun laws and shit out there. But now he's being charged with manslaughter.
Yeah, I'm going to jail, bro. Y'all gonna have to take me to jail. Straight up, because I'd rather get judged by 12 than carried by 6. Y'all gotta take me to jail.
Exactly.
See, he said it like a true Chicagoan. But even though his mentality is like that, that is the craziness of even the city of Chicago. But I mean, I think both of these other men can also address that shit. From OT, where you in Northern California, right?
Right, 10-4, yes sir.
And what's the shit like out there?
It's about the same. Matter of fact, I had a partner. He was working at a Burger King not too long ago as a manager, and he had the little situation come up. The dude come in at him. He had his little can of mace, and the manager didn't even like the fact that he stepped to the dude. He just let him rob him. He said, "But I don't mind the money." But he said, "But my life is at stake. So where am I able to defend myself? Am I not allowed to defend myself? Is that not part of my rights as the Constitution?" But again, long story short, he canceled that situation because it was going to get that way. But You got to know what you do. I mean, I got to conceal carry myself. I carries a pistol. I keeps one hot with me. But again, you got to make choices. Right?
I love it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
See,
I'm a law abiding
here's
citizen.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's the thought. See, people think
Process.
when you have the weapon,
Right?
the more you can do or intimidate.
Nah. See?
That's where the problem comes in.
That's where the problem
Weapons
is.
Are not meant for it to be your,
Right
your
to.
manhood, basically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
come on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the
real.
reason with the kids and all the kids got the damn guns.
Boy, they
That's it.
out there, man. They
That's
out
it.
there too, man. They
Yeah.
out.
All
in
the
the
kids got goddamn guns.
All of them got
man.
guns.
It's
Everybody
crazy.
got them.
All of them.
And let me ask this question because Gizzo, that's my man's, by the way. But I'm gonna because he's the youngest in the bunch right now. and the thing about it is, it's like, okay, so I know as an elder statesman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these little dudes, they little dude. They ain't like us old school corn-fed ass motherfuckers. But at the same time, I can't talk to these motherfuckers because they carrying. They carrying. And they'll pop my old ass.
Oh, that's in a minute. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? They'll pop my
Real
motherfucking ass.
Real. I won't think nothing about it.
See, that goes back to, like, I get a lot of questions, like when I do my little thing, and I get a lot of people asking me questions like, well, he was a young man at teenager young man, like, where's his OGs at? We're here, but why are we going to try to talk to them if they're not going to try to listen?
Yeah.
I'm not going to bump my head against the wall. It's going to keep giving me nuts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
So what are we going to do here? We're going to keep wasting our time, or we're just going to say, look, man, all I can do is pray for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we can see that you're traveling down that path that's going to take you in one or two places.
Right.
Let's just
Real
be
talk.
honest. You're not going, let's put it like this. You're not going to heaven, right? The path you walking on is a hellacious path, right? So you're going to catch hell. You're going to go to prison, you're going to catch hell.
Just tell. Right.
You don't get knocked off and be put in that box, and then you got to talk to God about that. Then
Let's get into it because he's the youngest one of the bunch, so there's a lot of things that he may understand that he ain't understanding. I ain't gonna say I don't understand it because I see this shit every day here in Chicago, and Gizzo is actually here in Chicago too. So go ahead and speak your mind on what's being said, son.
I think y'all might not agree with what I'm about to say, but
Speak your shit. Yes.
I've spoke with on some real shit though. Like I've spoke with a lot of OGs, and I'm talking about like Direct from Triple Darkness, Side from Psychodrama, DA Smart, all these guys that were the foundation of our music back like in the late 90s, in the early 2000s, and all of that. And they all said like, yeah, like we didn't, as y'all were coming up, there was no foundation for the younger kids that were coming afterwards to say like, all right, well, do this and do that. And it was just all like they took all the leaders of the gangs and all the kids just went onto the street with no foundation, with no leadership, with no nothing. And so now it's real easy to turn your head and just be like, well, shit, I'm gonna pray for you. And that's not a direct at you, but I've heard that multiple times, but it's like, oh, I'm going to just pray for you. And I think that there's got to be more. There's more than that. It's got to be more to it than that. You can't save everybody, but, some young kid that might be hearing you say to them like, man, good luck. I'm going to pray for you. I feel like that's part of why these kids are so lost, because they don't have no direction and they don't have, but there is people with community centers that I know that are still, and they got to fight with these kids about this shit, man. Hey, get your ass off the street. Hey, come on over here after school. We got a program for you. And, and I'm a little bit younger, but that's what Shy City Cypher, the foundation of that is like trying to provide a platform for these kids. Because when I grew up in the streets, I didn't know about hip hop. I just knew about Mystical and the bullshit and being in the streets and No Limit Soldiers. Like, I didn't know that there was a positive world called hip hop out here. And if I only would have had that, who knows what would have happened, So I think it is kind of our responsibility and mine too. And I'm going to stop you right there. And I have to.
because you said something that was very prolific, and that goes to part of the young thinking. You said, if I had known, who knows where I would have been at. Fuck
Exactly.
that. Where you're at now is doing every fucking thing, fam. So let's not forget ever what we're doing now, because even this platform right now, we're doing, we're not,
For sure.
I keep saying all the time about how we have to start speaking indefinites. Indefinites are like, don't say like, if I would have known, I know now.
I do know now, but also growing up, I'm a felon. I got bad credit. Nobody ever spoke to me coming up. Nobody ever spoke to me. There wasn't a guy talking to me when I was 16 saying, look, bro, do this. Don't do this.
Same boat. I was in the same boat. We all grew up in the same boat. I never had a father figure. My uncle was basically the man around, but all he did was get drunk. So guess what? I started getting drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I went in the streets, My mom was a great mother, and she gave me everything. I ain't gonna lie. I went and did the dumbass shit that I wanted to do.
Right.
Well, my shit was a little. My mom was fucked up.
So I say that because what I've realized is, because I'm long out the streets. I'm a felon too. You know what I mean? I can't carry no weapon. I can a lot of shit I can't do. You know what I mean? At 51 years old, you know what I'm saying?
My wife can. My wife
I have tried to listen to what they got to say and then give them my point of view. They don't want to hear it. Reason why? Because look, if you're an OG, number one, and you're still in the hood, talking about you outside.
Outside, huh?
Why they don't listen to you? You out here with me. You out here with me. Why am I going to listen to you? The only OGs they want to listen to is the one who's made it out the hood, but they're not the ones coming back to the hood.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And these kids don't want to listen. And one of the focuses of like my thing is like I went to the Cook County Juvenile Detention Center, and we went as part of a program to talk to these kids. When they saw me walk in, they kind of really didn't give a shit, right? We brought them food and stuff, and they weren't really giving a shit until the moment that I started talking about music. And as soon as I told them I was an MC and I did music videos, the eyes lit up. And boom, we got their attention. And boom, we got their attention. And one of them kids got out of jail and actually messaged us and wanted to get in the studio and all of that. So, maybe we didn't touch all the kids, but at least one of them came and was like, shit, let me try to do something positive.
It takes. Oh, TG31. TG31 tapped in. Boy, I ain't even gonna say nothing, bro. I want to flame his ass, but I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool.
Also, these 20-year-old kids, bro, the ones that are out here carjacking, the ones that are out here killing people and doing all this shit that are in their 20s or 19s and 20s, I really do believe that that's an effect of the whole crack era from the 90s and when all that shit happened, because a lot of people's moms was on crack, a lot of people's moms was on heroin, and they didn't raise their kids. Dad was in jail. That's why this crime bill shit was so important, man, because like the reason your dad didn't get out of jail and went to the pen was because he didn't have no money to bail out. And that shit was made for us. That was made for people of brown and black people to not get out of jail. And at the same moment, the white man that had the money to go, he went home. He fought his case from home. He didn't lose his job. He didn't lose his house. There was a lot of things that, we're responsible for our own shit. I'm not sitting here saying, well, if only someone would have helped me, I wouldn't be this now. Because in the end, you're responsible for your own shit. But real talk, man, there is an effect. There is a cause and effect. And I personally spoke with Rick Ross. I have an interview with Freeway Rick Ross where we sat down for 30 minutes and I asked him, like, do you think you're a result of all these generations being fucked up? And he said, yes, we did this shit. We fucked everyone up in the 90s, in the 80s. So, there is a cause and effect to this shit.
Whoa. Let's go back to something. It's called choice. Freeway Rick Ross didn't do nothing but just put something on the shelf.
Hey, the DEA did that. The DEA did that.
Be careful speaking on that. Be careful on that. Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't have to.
We documented. I got documented interviews. I got documented interviews where I'm sitting talking about this shit,
Right.
and and I asked Rick Ross on camera.
I understand the guilty, the guilt that transpires. But what I also understand is also this: my mother was a heroin addict. Rest in peace to my mother. But she was a heroin addict. She was a crack addict. She was a lot of things. But all of those things boil down to choices. She made the choice. A motherfucker makes the choice to pick up the pistol and do whatever, get on Instagram nowadays, do whatever in the fuck. We can talk about the political shit because that's what we really boil down to, like how the government actually did these things to our people. You know what I'm saying? Our people that are brown, our people that are black, our people that have melanin, period. You know what I'm saying? But what we really got to start understanding is the choices. The families have been broken and fucked up so much that motherfuckers don't know where to turn, don't know where to go, don't know what to do. And if you're never given the tools, right? If a young boy doesn't have a fucking father, or a young girl doesn't have a mother or a father, what the fuck? And they're trapped in the middle of all this shit. The fuck you think is going to happen? But shout out to everybody that's in here right now, because we've all touched somebody somewhere. You know what I'm saying? My man's, when you say you go into places, you going into juvenile centers in Chicago, and I know how they are. They worse than real prisons. Them little motherfuckers be going hammer. But the fact that you go in there and you do your thing, bro, and if one kid calls you, you save the fucking life, son. Like, for real. Like, and so instead of like one man saving one life, let's all, that's the whole purpose of this fucking show, to be honest with you. To be very honest with you, this whole show, Blue, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. The whole point of this show is like getting grown-ass men to really start talking about the shit, but let's not sound like disgruntled ass motherfuckers, but let's figure out what we need to do. How can we work together? How can we pull shit and make some shit truly fucking happen? And
it starts with conversation. It starts with conversation. Yes, we need to have dialogue. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody don't want to. There's no conversation no more. We've lost the art of conversation with social media.
Has been lost, yeah.
Because all you got to do is double tap. All you got to do is double tap something now, and that's the conversation. Double tap conversation.
We lost the art of conversation. But if we can get grown men such as ourselves to conversate, right? And we can get one person to say, you know what? Let me come on the show, express my opinion, because that one person might have that one person that's going to listen to them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
And that's all it takes is one. That's all it takes.
It's imperative. It's
one is worth a million.
Look at what we got here. Look at what we got here. Let's be very clear what we got here. We got 4 motherfuckers, right? One of them is a goddamn retired drill sergeant, so he understands how to break down a motherfucker and pull him back up and make him know and understand his self-worth, right? Mm-hmm. You got me. I've been in the military. I understand certain things. I'm also a thinker. I'm like, man, I want to help. I don't want to fucking just be a part of just shit. Then we got Cali Blue over here. He doing the Cadillac Chronicles. He trying to show everybody, look how stupid this shit is. Then we got Gizzo, who's my man. But he's young. He's young. Yeah. He out here doing his thing.
He's doing it, exactly. And he's out there talking to people. Yeah.
He chimed the fuck in, and I'm gonna tell you something. Love to you, bro. For real.
Love to you, man.
Because this show is mad different than the other shit. But this show means everything to everything. if there's a grown ass motherfucking man listening to this shit and he got kids he ain't seen, nigga, go see your fucking kids.
Right. Speak to him.
That part. And see, what I like about this right here, like we said, this is the first show of 2023. We got 4 grown men tapping in, having a conversation. We got my son TG31 tapped in. We got my boy Maurice Wheeler, who's one of the dudes I used to do music with. He go by the name of Wicked Low. He's tapping in. So what it do, man? I appreciate you.
Much love.
I'm gonna tap in with Wicked Low. Yeah. TG31, we need to talk, son. but besides all that, you know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful and it's amazing to me. Okay. So let's talk about I'm going to start with you, Giz. What do you think the solution would be? And I ain't talking about fucking marching. I'm not marching nowhere. I'm not fucking in a crowd. Marching. That's just stupid. That's just stupid. Because I say it's stupid because the Black Panthers made a very big statement. And did shit happen? Yeah. But we live in a time now where, you know what I'm saying? If motherfuckers understand their rights and they really understand the right to bear arms and the right to do everything right properly, shit, I'll march with them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, and let's talk about the law in Indiana right now, Cali Blue. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The one where you feel like the cops are fucking with you and you feel like you're in danger, you can buck their ass.
Yeah.
No, you can
2023, man, and I'm not gonna talk too long because we about at the end of the show and I gotta get ready to tap out. But I'm not gonna talk too long, man. 2023, we got some new laws. We got some new laws that's crazy, man. That's crazy. If you feel the police entering your vehicle or your home, you have the right to shoot at them, right? We have laws like this.
Indiana, let's be clear.
We have laws where you are allowed to carry a gun without being a licensed gun owner, as long as you're not a felon. And see, here's the thing about that this is what kills me. The felons already got the guns. Like, what is this law gonna really do? The felons already got the guns. It just kills me. It boggles my mind. Like I'm kind of confused on what is this law supposed to do? Are you trying to stop the felons from having the guns when they already got the guns? You know, like let's figure out how to keep the guns out their hands first, and then we can. You know what I mean? Like
Chicago is notorious for the police dropping off weapons in crates.
Speak on it.
Military grade weapons. That's why you see these niggas having bazookas, and I don't even know if they call them bazookas anymore. I don't know, back in the day it was a bazooka, but they got like rocket launchers and how in the fuck does a fucking 20-year-old have a rocket launcher?
Hey, but you know what though? The majority of mass shootings in the United States are committed by white males with their Floyd cars, with their guns, with legal weapons.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's statistics. See, we're not finna go do that shit. We're not finna go do that shit. Although now it's a lot of bullshit starting to happen with schools getting, you know, motherfucking shootings at schools and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But everything for us
it only makes sense when white people get hit.
Yeah. See, the thing about us is our shit is always gang related, or we always going against us, and that's the major problem. We're killing ourselves. Our kids is killing our kids, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit is ridiculous, man. They just had teenagers kill teenagers in Atlanta in a shooting. A 12-year-old and a 15-year-old boy died, gang-related shooting. What the hell, man? A 12-year-old boy shouldn't even had his ass in the fucking streets that fucking late. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is the problem that we're dealing with. Like, this is the problem that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need.
This is the problem that we are talking about.
Yes,
We
that's what
are
I'm
talking
saying.
about this shit, bro.
Do y'all
Man.
follow? Have y'all followed like the like how the age range of all the kids that have been killed like in the last 2-3 months? If you, I'm on an
Speak on it.
Instagram page.
Speak.
I'm on an Instagram page. It's called Legal Help Firm. It's in Chicago. It's Facebook, it's Instagram, but they document every single person they get. So you can go to their page and it's like a visual obituary. And for the last fucking month or two, it has been nothing but 14, 15-year-old, 16, 17. It's 14 to 18 right now that's getting killed. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
They think it's a video game. And let me just say something real quick, because I'm going to tell you that there's a grown ass motherfucker that I know who's in the music industry that had been involved with some things. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put shit on it. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing is he been going live and he been saying shit like, you know, Cali Blue, you already know where I'm going with this. This nigga said, "Ooh, when I die, I'm gonna be at the church with everybody and I'm gonna be sitting right there laughing with motherfuckers." No, nigga, you dead. You are not going to be dressed in the same clothes that they're dressed in. You're not going to be like tapping somebody on the shoulder, and you're not going to. No,
I'm
you're
gonna be
dead.
chilling with the homies up there and telling them about my story now.
No. Now, do I believe in heaven and hell and all that kind of shit? Yes, of course. But do I believe I believe in spirits. I believe in spirits, and I believe spirits come and talk to us sometimes and tell us certain shit. We have to be open, though. We have to be open because they're not telling us to do dumb shit. They're telling us, and this is my upbringing that's talking. You know what I'm saying? My ancestors are telling me, don't do that. And when I see him in a dream or whatever in the fuck, that's me personally. That's how I see it because that's also too how I was raised. But when you dead, my guy. You are not standing there with a halo, dressed in all white because you told everybody you wanted them to be dressed in all white, sitting up behind the pastor. Laughing with everyone, my nigga. No, you're gone. You're gone from this plane. I don't know, how the universe works, but on this plane that we live in, you gone, and that's that.
Hey, I'm not sure where you're located in the city, but I do know that you have a teenage son, right? Or he's like really young.
No, my son will be 24 the 30th of this month, man. And my son is a savage in the music and all that type of shit, but my son is ridiculous. And I'm glad you brought that up because my son didn't grow up being a hood ass nigga. But what he did grow up around was, and this is maybe we're getting to the real core of it, because how I grew up, he feels like he has to stand at that level. How my sister, my family, and how everybody else around was some real solid ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll fuck you up type motherfuckers, smack the shit out you type motherfuckers that in his mind, he has to live up to that standard when he didn't grow up like that, though. You know what I'm saying? And when I listen to his music now, I'm like, the fuck is he talking about?
For sure. And he seems like a very smart young man. And the reason I brought that up, bro, was because what do you say to him before he leaves the house? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, you could have told him and raised him with everything right, bro. And when he leaves the house, when someone sees him from far away, he's still just one of them cats out there, and it's like, I know that's on your mind when he leaves the house every day because he's in that demographic.
All the time. And I always tell him, just recently he started hugging me every time he walk out the crib, which is really weird at first, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I embrace it. because before you just leave. You know what I'm saying? And we've had moments, man. We've had moments where he want to test his dad. Like he feeling like he want to fuck me up. Nigga, you can never fuck me up, boy. Boy. Let's be very clear. I told him he cut my hair the other day, and I was like, a couple weeks ago. I said, man, I said, how you feeling? He's like, man, I'm feeling really good. Cutting my dad's hair, and you used to cut my hair, and now I'm cutting your hair. And I was like, yeah, all good. But let's talk about something. You know what I mean?
Hey, check this out. Peep game though. What you telling him, what you showing him is the true cycle life. What we spoke on earlier. A man can never be a man if he ain't seen a man. So
Right.
he saw you acting as a man, and now, like I said, he's becoming an adult because he's older now. And he's giving back to you like he's supposed to, and you guys are making that exchange. And it ain't gonna be to say that it ain't perfect right now, because it's gonna be maybe tomorrow you get up and he gonna be on some bullshit. You go, hey, I ain't feeling that. Pops ain't feeling that. You know.
See the thing.
So
with
it's gonna be that communication, like bro was saying earlier. It's a communication cycle. Him talking, you speaking, him listening, you talking, he speaking, and as y'all do that, he gonna be a better man for that. Because when he get out in the streets and got to deal with something, he gonna stop and think, how he dealing with stuff. He could do the savage. I'm a savage. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put it up. And the other guy is gonna be one of them youngsters with that thing, and he ain't gonna do that. But if you talk to him,
majority of the time, in my opinion, your first reaction is usually what's instilled in you.
right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Right.
So if this has been embedded within you, then that's usually your first reaction. If your first reaction is to respond like a man and talk your way out of the situation, that's what you're going to do. You know
Well, here's the thing.
A lot of these kids they see on social media and all this shit, the first reaction is to pull a fucking gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I hate to cut y'all short, man. My time is running tight. I got to get ready to go.
We're gonna keep it moving. This conversation is
That's always, man.
Man, love, Cali Blue,
Peace,
man.
bro.
In the building, but we gonna keep it pushing.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all, gentlemen, for stopping in, man. Thank you, Sparks, for everybody in the comments, man. Remember, look for me on YouTube, man. Cadillac Chronicles, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah,
Y'all be safe.
my man.
Peace.
All right.
So, anyways, to get back to my son, right quick, real quick, like, I have to take responsibility for my actions with my son.
Yes.
Growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like OT and Gizzo may understand this shit, but I put my son through hell. You know what I'm saying? Part like what you don't know, OT. What you don't know is like I put my son through hell in the studio, right? And that to you may not seem like anything, but I tell him all the time. Once you cross that line, I'm not dad. I'm heat detector.
Right.
We ain't fucking around. We ain't doing shit. And so the things that like a normal kid would probably, throwing a football or doing whatever in the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have that with my son. What I had with him is every time he was in the studio, the moment he's been in the studio all his life. Let's just be very clear about that. From he was a toddler, he used to sit on my lap when I was making beats and doing shit, up until he wanted to have headphones, up until he wanted to start making music, and once he said he wanted to get serious, and he was like fucking 7, I said okay, but once you cross this line, I'm not your dad, and I gave him hell, okay. And that hell that I gave him, along with the family shit, because my family, bro, my family comes from a certain kind of fucking cloth. You know what I'm saying? But it's really the OGs that really come from that cloth, not the youngsters. But the youngsters are like living off of the life of the fuckery and the shit, just like my son living off the fuckery and the shit that I did. You know what I'm saying? and trying to make it his life. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't me. You ain't me. You me in a sense of genetics and shit, but you ain't me. You didn't have to go through. My mom was a fucking heroin addict, nigga. I had to go through shit. I had guns in my face at a very young age. I had shit in the 80s that, nigga, you would not understand. OT, you understand that shit a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? You didn't know what I was going through, so that's why when I say hip hop saved my life, it did, because that gave me something to think about other than the shit that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And then when I become a grown ass man, how do I deal with this shit? Man, I didn't know how to deal with none of it. I didn't know how to deal with having kids. I didn't know how to deal with anything. Everything to me was like smack the shit out of them. They'll get it.
Right.
They'll understand. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, young man, give us your perspective on it, because you a little younger than we are, so we trying to figure this part out. Go ahead and give it to me. Tell me
man,
how
I'm listening to Heat, and me and Heat share the exact same story with our mothers.
Okay.
So my mother was exactly the same, and she's no longer here.
Rest in peace,
because of
right?
that.
Mine too. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. All right.
Yeah, man. So that was definitely rough. And you're right, man. Like once that shit happens to you, you go through that. It's like you just learning everything I've ever done is shit that's just been thrown my way. I figured out how to do it, got through it somehow, went to jail, got out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Like I went through all that shit. And the difference, you know, and I was a father at 21, and I'm a different father than I was now when I have my little boys that are 3 and that are 1.5. And like the way that I'm, you know, I'm like thinking different, you know?
Right.
And yeah, man. So it was definitely rough, man. But you know, just in the end, man, and I've known people in worse situations, and they just had that in them to never go back, to not backtrack and become who their parents were and shit, man. But you know, I really like that you had your son in the booth since that early and was teaching him all that, man. Because that changed. I'm sure that changed the course of a lot of things, you know. And like you were saying earlier, but when he gets in that situation and he's in the street, he's gonna react based off everything you've already taught him.
That's the problem. See, the other problem is my family got receipts. You feel me? So we got gangsters in our family. We got all this kind of shit in my fucking family, man, that I wish wasn't there. My fucking uncle was a hitman in prison. Like when a child hears all this kind of shit, and you know, when motherfuckers start saying like, yo, anybody fucks with our family, they're gonna get it type shit. And so that's all he's growing up on, learning and knowing, not knowing that that's when he was young and these other motherfuckers was young, and yeah, niggas ain't moving like that. Not with all these cameras and everything and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not just
Different
that.
time.
Not
Different
just
time.
that. My brother got killed, and fucking I raised my nephews, but I raised them in the Bronx, man. Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Because one of them is doing double life. The other one just got out of the joint fucking 2 years ago after doing 10 years. And the nigga is a go. He's a go. OT, you probably don't know what that is. He's a go. Don't tell that nigga somebody fuck with me, fuck with my niece. You know what I'm saying? Like I raise these niggas. These niggas call me pops. They ain't even my fucking kids. They're my brother's kids. But to them, I'm pops now. My brother died when they was fucking 4 years old, and I took over. But I took over, and I had them in the Bronx staying out all night, doing all kind of shit. And now I'm like, fuck. I showed them all the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? I legitimately showed them all the wrong shit. One of them is doing double life right now. The other one just got out the joint. He's trying to figure his life out. They got tattoos all over
kids
their
will do what
face.
they want to do, though. You could have raised them in the
Speak on it.
church. You could have raised them in the
speak on
church,
it.
bro, every
Right,
single
right.
day of your life. And the moment they jump off that porch, they could just go do whatever the fuck
But
they want.
they want to. Right.
No,
right. See?
but you have to understand something, and I will tell you this: when you have a 5-year-old in front of you, right, and you smack the shit out of somebody. I used to be that nigga. I used to be that motherfucker. I smack the shit.
Right.
I'll fuck your ass up. I'll bust your ass, and you know what I'm saying. And like when we was living in the Bronx, like you know shit like that was always there. And them niggas even okay. Let me calm down. Let's just say I'm gonna tell you something. They used to have this thing in the subway in the Bronx, right? It used to say that it had a kid sitting on the stairs, and it said the most sensitive listening device in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Right.
So,
Real talk. That's real. That's real.
So
I can tell you that. I can tell you that from experience. That's real. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Because
so
he listened to everything that's going on. He's picking it up. Go ahead.
and when I'm smacking motherfuckers and I'm
Yes.
doing whatever and
What
all
you
this other
doing?
shit, and so like even like one of my nephews is never gonna get out.
Right.
The other one, I talk to him all the time. He comes out here to Chicago all the time, but he is so like, don't fuck with my peoples. Like,
Right.
I'm telling him, nigga, calm down. We don't even live like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No more.
But that's why.
No more.
Let me butt in, bro. But I think that's
Speak.
why is because we have that like theme built into us that if somebody disrespects us, it's on
Right.
sight. Right?
On
Let me
sight.
tell
Got
let
you.
me tell you
Right.
let me tell you a quick story. I was doing photography at a show a couple months ago here in Chicago in the hood on Lawrence and like Kedzie somewhere. I bump into some dude and I think I stepped on his shoes low key. As soon as I looked up to see who it was, he had the I'm ready to fight face. Immediately, like ready to go. But listen to
Go.
this. I could have also gave him what's happening then fucking face, right?
Right.
But instead what I did was I stuck my hand out and I said, "What's up, man? Nice to meet you, bro. Shy City Cypher. My bad." And he fucking got a smile on his face. He goes, "Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man." And you see, we could take it wherever we want to, but we're already programmed to. If somebody step on our fucking shoe,
Go.
what's up? You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've been taking this other route where I'm like just changing that shit and flipping it. And look, it worked out because dude was my friend on that. I couldn't get him to get the fuck away from me the rest of the night. So
right.
Cool. See, but that's that thing we was talking about, that learning to communicate. When you learn, I had a cat pull me, damn near cut me off on the road the other day. I was getting ready. Matter of fact, the day I was getting ready to go sign my paperwork, and I'm getting ready to retire. This cat cut me off, and then immediately, like you say, that thing said, "Get him, pull over, push him off to the side, hit that window, and get him." And I said, "Well, I'm on my way to do something else. I'm gonna give him a pass." I pull up on him though, and give him a nod, like you said. It just told him it's peace. He gave me a finger, but I said pieces. But I wanted to. That thing in me said, "Get him, get that, put that on him." You know, pull him over, catch him at the next light, and whoop whoop. But
Get older,
choice.
and Gizzle, you're gonna fucking learn this shit, man.
He learned it already. He got it. He get it. He get it. He get it.
All right.
Yeah, he get it. When he said a little situation with the shoe, like he said, in y'all said of that, it's on. You stepped on my shoe, motherfucker. That's it. Let's get this. But now, as you think, and then I hope you was thinking about them kids, girl, whatever. You know, just let's make it simple. My bad, bro. Psh, good. And the rest of the night it was easy, right?
Okay, I got something for you. So here's the thing. Like when I talk about my son, like trust me, I love my son more than anything. But the thing about it is that because of the history of our family, you know what I'm saying? Maybe motherfuckers know, maybe motherfuckers don't. I ain't gonna put it out there.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm gonna tell you this. It's not to be fucked with. You know what I mean?
Right.
But some motherfuckers don't know how to move in silence. You know what I'm saying? And my son is one of them. Because he's out there throwing the name and saying, "I wish a motherfucker would," type shit.
we gotta break them generational
Gotta break
curses, man.
Oh, bro. First of all, nigga, you don't even live like. And I'm talking about my son. Like,
Yeah,
you don't even
live like
even
that. You don't know
live
about
like-
that.
You don't even know what you say, and don't put us out. And you putting us out there.
Right.
You
Yeah,
actually,
we just built different from back in the day. We used to leave out the house without a cell phone and with like $5 in our pockets and be gone
Right.
all day type
Going
shit.
on grinding. Yeah. Okay.
no, first of all, we didn't even have cell phones back in the day. So if you was outside and you got your ass whooped, boy, there was a long walk home.
Yeah.
That was a long walk home. And you probably had a homie next to you probably telling you, like, hey, man, you almost got him. You almost got him. Man, listen, it was a different thing. It was a different thing. And you had to go back. Like I don't even know how many times I fought all the time. I fought all the time. Bro, as a Latino growing up in a black neighborhood, it was on all the fucking time. I shit you not. Because I grew up in a black neighborhood. So I'm like, nigga, fuck you. And they're like, what did you just say? And I said, you heard what the fuck I said, nigga? Did you just say the N-word? Yeah, I fucking said it. We're talking in the 80s, my guy, and like, yo, man, it was on and cracking. And I had to have these. I had to know how to fucking do it. I had to know how to fucking handle my shit. And if I'm gonna say something, I better be able to back that shit the fuck up. Now with a gun, I got my ass whooped a couple times. Not that many. But you know what I'm saying? You learn fast, you know what I'm saying? But never in my life did I think it was to come back and shoot a motherfucker. Kill him.
Yeah, because it was about fight. It was about fighting. Now ain't nobody fighting. When's the last time you saw a fight?
Right.
Ain't nobody fighting, man. That's why all these kids, they should just shoot each other. It's just quick to go get the Glock with the extension, with the switch on it, drive through the block, shoot that shit up, and it's over with.
Right. And that shit ain't over with because it's a whole lot to that. Because them bullets, every time a bullet leave that thing, you don't even know where it go. It might hit a window and go in, hit one of them kids that's in there that's chilling. It might hit an old lady that's sitting there. So that's what the youngsters don't even understand about a bullet. Once you pull a trigger, that bullet leave the gun. It don't come back. Ain't no reverse. Ain't no reset. Ain't no excuse me. Once you pull it and do it in a drive-by, that's why the laws are so tough on that. Because if you're gonna shoot somebody, at least you should have man enough to look him in the eye.
Yeah.
So as I grew up, I like the knife. I was a stick you hit you kind of guy because I want to see you in your eye.
Wow.
I want to see you. When I'm getting at you, it's real. It's personal.
OT.
But we done. We passed all that. We done gave all that up. Hit the brake.
Wait a minute.
Okay. Calm down.
You're a big dude. You was a big dude in high school. Like you look like you was like 30 years old. No, real shit.
Right, real talk.
You was the type of nigga that could walk into a store and buy liquor, and nobody would ever ask you a question.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, bro, hey Gizzo, this nigga big as shit. He was big as shit back in the. He was bigger than everybody. Like I don't know what they fed this nigga. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck they fed him. He was big as shit. How tall are you, bro?
I'm 5'9", so I ain't that big a guy.
I'm 5'9", and he was bigger than me. Bro, listen, I'm not a little dude. I'm not a little dude. Even in high school, I wasn't a little dude. You know what I'm saying? I wrestled in high school, you know what I'm saying, 169 pounds, but I had to lose weight to get there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And by the time I was fucking 17, I was 200 pounds, 5'9". Mm-hmm. But
see, I was 6'1". I was 6'1", like 145.
Oh, okay.
And,
slim.
I got older and got my weight on me, but yeah,
okay,
man.
Yeah. We all come different.
Was already swole on some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? As a child, get the entire fuck out of here. And then he was also like the best pop break dancer.
Oh, so y'all homies from high school?
Go way back. Yeah.
Wait. I got to tell you the story.
Okay.
Because my sister, when my freshman year, I go into high school. Like I'm in Cali, like not for the first time, but it feels like the first time because I've been moved around like so much. And I go to Hamilton, which is on the south side, I believe I remember. And then I'm going to high school now, right? And then my sister's already in high school. My sister says, "Fuck that. We registering at every fucking high school." I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My mom is too busy fucking shooting heroin. Yeah. So
Rest in peace,
we had
man.
thank you. We at every fucking school. So if we don't like what's going on in the school we go to in that day, because I'm following my sister. And we end up, you know what I'm saying, like Franklin, where he went, and I end up knowing him from Franklin. But I'm in every fucking. The only schools I'm not in is the ones on the north side that need more than just
Documentation.
Yeah. I'm in every hood school, and so like we go like. I heard that there was something going on at lunchtime over there, so we chop up, go over there, you know, jump in a couple classes here and there and shit like that. But yeah, that's how I met him. But he was a pop locking. This thing got receipts. He came across my timeline. I had actually been looking for him, but he came across my timeline. You know what I mean? And this is brand new. Like we've been talking for like the last week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And you know, I don't, you know, I ain't gonna put him out there, but I feel like he didn't really know who I was because back then, Gizzo, you have to understand, back then I wasn't that goddamn entertaining, and I wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the suave ass nigga. But
Self-proclaimed. Look at it. Self-proclaimed.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I was immersed in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But I was watching all of these motherfuckers, and I was practicing all of my shit at the crib. But I could never be in front of these guys. There was only a small circle that was so dope. When I tell you dope. Overton Harris was known. I put your government out there. My bad. He was known everywhere, and then your cousin Anthony Harris,
Anthony Warfield. Yeah.
Warfield. I'll put his name out there because I don't know. I don't even know him except for
Hey,
Ant.
just leave it out, Ant. Yeah, leave it at Ant. Good.
Yeah. And then there was another school that I went to all the time, which is Stag. And then there was a Samoan nigga that also was the coldest. And I remember being there, right, because I knew everybody. I even knew OT. And because that was an epic pop-off. That was the epic shit because them niggas was cold.
What was that? The New York City Breakers?
That was about that time, though. But we was out here on the West Coast. That was out east. But we was out
west.
representing.
Okay.
Yeah, we was out west though. Yeah. So while they were still pop locking, they had it. It was more Hambone and pop locking. But we had that crisp, pop, that tick. We was, I think they call it stopping or something now. I've seen them hit it every now and then. I see somebody hit it and get it in mid motion and kind of stop it and take it the other direction kind of thing. So,
I'm talking.
So y'all saying that West Coast influenced East Coast hip hop, or y'all saying
it was simultaneously.
Okay.
The Rapper's Delight and all that come from the Bronx and back east. But the West Coast had their own swagger to it because we warm. We didn't have a whole bunch of clothes on. We was always t-shirts and khaki pants and how we get out here. So it was just a smoother environment. And it was definitely not as much. It was battles, like the man said, but it was more or less showcasing, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just a warm environment. It's a lot easier, a lot of get along, a lot more get along, you know. So,
Yeah, and my ass was I was in and out of California at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I was really in and out. You know what I'm saying? And when I like reconnected with this man, I fucking remembered like walking because there was this chick that I was like low key dating who was she had scoliosis. Lisa, I think her name was Lisa. Was her name Lisa? You know her.
Lisa? Yeah, I know her real well.
Man, listen, she was pretty as hell, bro, but she had to wear that. This is back in the day. They probably don't do that shit no more. But she had to wear this crazy ass shit to keep her back straight. But she was so goddamn pretty. And I'm walking across this field to go see her, and I run into this guy. And this is the guy that I know he's like that nigga. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I shake hands with him, like, because I don't know where in the fuck he was going, but I know where I was going. And like I told him, I said, man, like, it's crazy how hip hop works. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that particular time, I hadn't started making beats, but it was him that really like kind of moved me. Like, oh shit, now I'm with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Influence, you know, that little, and I'm glad it's a positive influence.
Yeah. And then I really jumped off the porch. You know what I'm saying? Because of him, I jumped off the porch and I started doing other shit. You know what I mean? And that's like me now. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is like everything that I do, everything that I think about. You know what I mean? But I don't think about it just as the music. I think about the people. I think about the culture. I think about hence this show. You feel me? Like there has to be, you know, a motherfucking shit. I don't know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, hey, there had to be a start to it. I'm feeling you because it had to be something that influenced you to do something positive.
No.
Hey, brothers, check it out. I got to go in a minute. I got to cut it real short. So, what I like about what we doing, what we gonna do, hopefully, young man, and we gonna get together, keep this up because I guess my man does this once. It's my first one on here with you guys, and I'm proud that I'm allowed to be part of this. And I see going forward. If every Sunday we meet and we do something positive, I'm gonna give you.
It's not if.
I'm gonna say it.
Every Sunday.
We're gonna put it in God's hands because we're gonna make sure that you know that we can do it. But if it's possible and we can do this, every time we meet, we should be bringing something positive to the table. And this is what I'm gonna bring to it today. This is what I'm gonna give you today. If you ain't got a budget right now, young man, and ain't doing no saving, make sure you're doing it. For the fact that you got little ones, this OG talking. I'm talking from that, you know, that OG status now. Make sure you put something back. Start stacking that cheddar from Surreal in some kind of form, fashion. And the reason I'm gonna tell you that is I just checked out on the 31st, and I'm done with working. Rest of my life, there's gonna be a check coming in.
Man, congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. But I'm just trying to tell you, as a young man, I mean, and you got to start somewhere. I know you probably stack a little cheddar here, there, doing this, that, and the other, but you got to start saving something for the future, and you worth it to stack something for you. So you got something. You feeling what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And make sure you do that. You do that so you build a legacy and so you can grow. And as you grow and build a little something, you'll see you walk different, you feel differently. And we ain't even got to talk about all that in the past stuff, all that negativity, where we came from, because I can tell y'all stuff, as positive I am, I can tell you some negative stuff. I know about all the negative. But the positive I want to put out, and I want to make sure I close on this, is make sure you put something back for you. You deserve that. When you get paid, whatever you get paid, if you hustling, you slang, whatever you're doing, make sure you put something back for you so you got something. So you can leave something when it's time for you to close your eyes, throw the dirt on you, you can leave something for somebody. All right?
With that being
Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate that. And
much love to you. That's from my heart too, okay?
Yes, sir. Peace, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Peace. Yes, sir.
All
All
right.
right, he was
All right,
good,
Heat.
man. It's good tuning in with y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here too.
Calm down.
Calm down.
I'm about to end this shit, but I got
Close it out, then.
I'm gonna close it out.
Close it out.
Let me get my thoughts together.
Yes, sir. Amen. Good.
So, if you have tuned in, you've tuned in to something that is very real. And if you've tuned into something that probably has touched you a little bit kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not exactly what you're going through. Maybe it's not exactly what your life has been. But there might be moments in there that you're understanding something. And it's imperative. When I say imperative, let me break it down. It's important that you understand what has been said. This is not for game. This is not for fucking social media shit. This is like a real thing. And so the real thing that I'm going to say before I end all of this, I want to say to every man standing, man, start taking some responsibility.
Yes, sir.
Start understanding why shit is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Because as men, we have to fucking understand. A woman can make a fucking child,
But you can't raise a man. You can't be a man.
can't raise a man. I can raise a woman. I raise my daughter. Let me talk. I raise my daughter. I tell her close her legs. Shit like this. When the mother ain't even saying these things to her.
Right.
That's the difference, right? So the difference is the mother can raise the fucking son, kinda. What? No. The father is everything. The father is everything. I'll say this shit one more motherfucking time. The father is every goddamn thing. Regardless if you don't get along with that bitch, don't worry about it, boy. Slow your roll. Calm the fuck down.
Right.
You are the one that's in charge. You just don't know you in charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're a king. That's the words they're
Say it.
using now.
Say it.
You're a king. A king acts accordingly,
Right.
right? A soldier acts accordingly. You know what I'm saying? What I say earlier? Piss poor performance prevents. Fuck.
Yeah. Prior
Yeah,
planning prevents piss poor performance.
Thank
If
you.
you plan for it, put it in place, then you can perform properly. If you don't, you're going to guarantee to perform very poorly.
There-
Very
there-
poorly.
There you go. Let me finish real quick, and I'm gonna end this shit because I know you.
Got it.
I know you motherfuckers out there know that I run my goddamn mouth, but you have to understand something, especially on this show, that things need to be said, things need to be moved, things need to be fucking different. And my guy, if you have a child and you 18 or whatever, be in his goddamn life
Yes,
because
sir.
he needs it. Especially
He
if you have a
needs you.
little boy, he needs you. If you have a daughter, she even more
You
needs
need
you.
more, even more. Right.
You need to show her not to be a fuck bitch. Selling pussy and all that. Well,
Right.
I ain't trying to get into all that shit.
We'll
'Cause I'll
get to
tell
it
you
one
right
day.
now, I got a whole daughter. I mean, she's amazing. She's fucking amazing. She ain't looking at niggas like this. She ain't looking at them like that. She just know. You know what I'm saying? I got a son. He out of pocket. I'm trying to pull him back in. You know what I mean? As parents, this is what we need to do. You feel me? This is what the fuck we need to do as parents. And this whole show, Jesus Christ, let me calm down. This whole show is about, it's about pulling grown men together,
Amen. Yes.
pulling the thoughts and the processes that we already had. We already been there. You know what I'm saying? You done seen OT. You done seen OG Cali Blue. You done seen fucking Gizzo. And Gizzo was already telling you he was out there in the streets.
streets. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already know OT is already out there, but he is also a motherfucking drill sergeant. So he knows how to break a motherfucker down and bring him and pull him back up. That's what a lot of motherfuckers, young men, these young men need.
this. Need
These young women need. And listen, I'm gonna leave this show like this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to DNA Beats, Aaron Carrera. He said, "Each one, teach one." Yes, sir.
That's it. That's it right there.
Yes, sir. And that's what I'm trying to say. You know, as I end the show, because I, you know, it's imperative. You know what I mean? I can't be the guy on the show without talking like some real shit. And so when I end it, I have to end it on some real shit. And the fact of the matter is, we only got 4 in here tonight. That's okay. That's extremely okay. Because we're going to get more and more and more, because some of you motherfuckers need to understand family's everything. And if your kids is doing the dirt outside, boy, you gotta start looking at yourself.
Right.
You got to start looking at what you bring. You know, you don't just show up. Hold on, I'm almost done. I know y'all ready to go, but you don't just show up to see your son. You don't take him just to fucking do some shit. Talk to him. Talk to him. I don't give a fuck how old he is. Talk to him. Tell him things. Tell him, don't fucking follow me. Listen, I told my son once, he said, "Dad, I want to be like you." And I told him, "No, nigga, you don't never want to be like me. Ever. What you need to do is strive to be bigger, better than I ever thought I could ever be." That's what I tell my fucking kids. Don't worry about shit. I told my daughter today, took her to fucking working at Starbucks, and everybody's got a fucking shitty attitude, and she's got a great attitude. And I said, don't worry about them. You are not in charge of their fucking behavior. Listen, man. This has been beautiful. This has been amazing. This has been everything. Listen, this whole show is just about teaching. This whole show is just about getting the gravity right. You know what I'm saying? Getting the gravity right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we end up touching somebody that hasn't seen their kids.
One at a time.
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
you know,
man. I'm gonna try to get some people in here next week with us, man. Believe it or not, I've been talking to people who I feel like might just got a lot of shit to say and really need like a group of people to say it with. So I've told a couple people.
That's it. Yeah.
And we grown ass men right here. That's why, like, even a disclaimer. Man, this ain't built for everybody. Nigga, don't chime in if you ain't ready to make change. Okay? Do not. Listen, I'm going to say, because I'm about to end the shit. Do not chime the fuck in if you ain't ready to make fucking change in your own fucking life and everybody else's life. Because this is what this shit is all about. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. You know